This is the story of Stanley Ipkiss.
Stanley, you are the nicest guy. Really, you are.
Yeah. His job is at the bank.
You're 40 minutes late. Now, that's the same as stealing.
I'm sorry, Mr. Dickey. It'll never happen again.
He loves his dog.
Come on, give him to me. Drop it.
He's polite to his landlord.
Ipkiss, do you have any idea what time it is?
You know, Mrs. Penman?
What?
Nothing.
And the most exciting thing in his life are his pajamas. But now...
Hey, you! What are you doing down there? I'm just looking for my mask!
all that is about to change. Because Stanley Ipkiss is not the man he used to be.
Smoking! It's like it brings your innermost desires to life. You become some sort of love-crazy wild man.
I want him here tomorrow, alive.
Now you have to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Do ya, punks?
Jim Carrey is...
That's the guy.
Hello!
The Mask.
Ooh, somebody stop me!
Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the 30th anniversary celebration of Jim Carrey's The Mask. I am your host, Ryan of Van Dyke Quote Channel. I am not alone in journeying back into the decade that was the 1990s when Jim Carrey was on a massive roll. Hollywood studios were going all over the place to sign this man to their movies and star in them and be a part of it. So please welcome my good friend and co-host. And hey, talk about a throwback. We used to do a show back in the day called Geek at Birth, but he's back now, the golden voice of the South. That's right, the South of America. Dave Adams is here. Hello, good sir. Welcome back. How are you?
Hello there.
Wrong franchise, wrong show.
Oh, sorry. Somebody stop me.
That's right. It's good to see you, man. Thank you so much for being here. It's great to see you.
Yeah, man. It was great. It's great to catch up with you in the little pre-show get together. Dude, this movie, I'm sitting there watching that trailer, and I just so many memorable moments and quotable little one-liners that Jim Carrey has. And you're right. I think if I remember correctly, Jim Carrey was the first $20 million man in movies. And I think it was because of this movie, he asked going forward for $20 million per or more per movie he was in. And let's be honest, there was only, one big movie he was in prior to this was Ace Ventura. He was in a little flick called Earth Girls Are Easy. He was in Living Color. But Jim Carrey was probably to the 90s what, I don't know, name a big comedian act. Will Ferrell was to the 2000s, late 90s and 2000s. Everybody that had a slapstick comedy movie wanted Jim Carrey as their lead.
Absolutely.
And if you go back and think about it, I mean, he had hit after hit. He had Ace Ventura, The Mask, Batman Forever. He was
Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, Dumb and Dumber. He embodied the Riddler in Batman Forever.
Liar, liar.
Liar, liar. Dude, this pen is blue.
Yeah.
And then he ventured off into other like dramatic roles where
the Truman Show, The Majestic.
Right. Oh, The Majestic is such an underrated movie.
I've never seen it. It
is so good.
I've seen Truman Show though.
Yeah, people like to crap on The Majestic because I believe The Majestic was his first role that had no comedy in it whatsoever. It was a true drama movie.
I didn't know that. Okay.
But it was so good and so well. The storyline was so great. And then he goes on to make a horror movie, which really was horrible.
I liked it. Number 23. I didn't mind it. I liked it.
and then he goes and starts making a little bit more raunchier comedies. Me, Myself, and Irene.
Let's not forget Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, which is a
Can
great
we
film.
forget that movie?
No, that's a great film. What are you talking about, Russ?
I don't like
talk about Willis.
Yeah, I don't like introspective movies like that. Like
that movie was great.
I know
Kate
there are people
Winslet
that
is in that.
There are people that love that movie. I'm trying to think, what was the other one that came out about that same time?
Oh, are you thinking of Punch Drunk Love? Is that it?
Punch Drunk Love was out that time.
Was Sandler?
Yeah,
was in that?
yeah. Sandler did one of his little things like this. Jim Carrey did his thing. Bill Murray's done this with Royal Tenenbaums.
Royal Tenenbaums, yeah.
You know, a lot of people like that. It's not for me. That's not my style of movie. If
I pity you.
I am all about actors getting a wide spectrum of what they're good at.
Range, yeah.
I am great at you trying out a range.
Mm-hmm.
But if what you are amazing at are these slapstick, I mean, Jim Carrey, if you've watched his stand-up, he will, like, his face, he can stretch his face to make it do almost anything. To me, for him to not be in a comedy movie, he's wasting his talent.
That's like water not being wet.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
and
it's one of those things.
And now let's be honest, the Sonic movies, he's not a comedy, but he does a great job being the bad guy in these movies because it kind of calls for him to use his skills. And he's actually come out and said that he's retired from acting, but they're making a Sonic 3 and they begged him to come back.
I was going to say, he's pulling a Steven Soderbergh where he retires like 30 times and he keeps coming out of retirement.
Well, he has...
Anybody remember Steven Soderbergh? He's done that like, what, a dozen times?
Yeah. Jim Carrey has fallen on hard times, let's just say. And he's not a well-respected person in Hollywood right now.
Oh, I got you.
So I think he probably needs the money. But let's remember Jim Carrey for what he was
back in the
1990 to, I'd say, probably 2000, 2002.
Around that time.
Because he was the it man for Hollywood when it came to comedy.
He was a force to be reckoned with. Certainly in the 90s when some of us here were growing up. So what was it? But by the way, we are going to be watching the movie The Mask, celebrating its 30th anniversary. Cue up your copy to the 2-second mark if you're just joining us. Don't forget to like and share this with everyone you know. If you have any favorite memories, any fun facts, any favorite movies that Star or Jim Carrey's a part of in any way, shape, or form, let us know in those comments. Let us know in the chat. We're more than happy to hear from you. Before we hit the play button, Dave, what was it like for you seeing this movie 30 years ago?
You know, I have fond memories of watching this. I didn't go see it in the theaters because it was on the raunchier side for a 11-year-old. I guess I was 12 for a 12-year-old to go see. But my great grandmother, who kept me and my brother a lot growing up around this time, went and rented this movie for me to watch it for the very first time. And I remember sitting in her living room, watching it with her and just laughing my ever-loving butt off. And then I had a best friend in high school who could do the Jim Carrey faces, and he would do the mask smoking and somebody stopped me. And he had that bowl cut that Stanley Ipkiss has. And it was just perfect. And I don't know. It's something very nostalgic of watching back and watching this movie now. Takes me back to how I was then, and it just something that makes me feel good sitting here watching this now.
Well, nothing wrong with that. So yeah, and thank you for sharing that with us, good sir. So for me, my family took me to see this in the theater when I was I was only like 7 or 8 when it came out. So I probably shouldn't have seen it because it was rated 13 at the time. I think it still is. Isn't it rated 13? I think it is PG-13. So the funny thing is, this is rated PG-13, but apparently my dad didn't care. So we were on a vacation at one point. He took us to this little theater, and they were playing The Mask, and we went to see it. And I remember watching it 30 years ago, and I really enjoyed it. I was laughing a lot. Granted, there were definitely some jokes that I didn't get because I wasn't ready yet. I wasn't ready. And then this beautiful thing, this creature came on screen, and this was her debut actually in cinematic history. Cameron Diaz walks in when Ipkiss's best friend turns to him and says "killer" at 3:00. And I'm thinking to myself, what does that even mean? I don't even know what that means. But then she walks in, causes a huge commotion over everybody on set. She makes this debut. No one knows who she is, and she just ran with it. And now Cameron, anywhere you go, Cameron Diaz is a household name just because of one movie. And not only that, she's had other performances in other movies that have done well for herself too, just like Charlie's Angels did in 2000. And then she did There's Something About Mary and a few others. Night and Day never really happened. That movie is not that good. But she makes her debut in this movie, and I thought to myself, I don't know who she is, but I'd like to go on a date with her one day if that's possible. It's probably not even possible, but if it ever happens, hey, more power to you, right, Dave?
Right,
so
exactly. Why not?
I enjoyed this. I laughed, and as soon as this movie was over, I thought to myself, that's who I want to be. I want to be like that guy. I want to be like Jim Carrey. You know why? Because he can make people laugh. And every time I went to school when I was young, when I was in elementary school, I tried to make my classmates laugh so much because I enjoyed everything that Jim Carrey was doing on screen. I wanted to emulate him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was a lot of fun. He inspired me to become an actor. So thank you, Jim Carrey. So with that being said, we're going to start the movie here. We're going to watch this. We're going to go back to a simpler time known as 1994, starring Jim Carrey, Cameron Diaz, in her debut, which, by the way, we're going to have a lot of things to say about that as we go throughout the course of this film.
Just a few things. And we're going to start at the 2-second mark. So without any further ado, let's go back to 1994 and celebrate the 30th anniversary of Jim Carrey's The Mask in 3, 2, 1, hit play. Here we go. So you got the New Line Cinema logo coming up here. So this is a sublet of Warner Brothers. Yep.
Which they gave us a lot of great movies. They did New Line Cinema. You got everything from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies. You got Mortal Kombat. Tons of stuff in the 90s.
Hold up, you say great. Let's slow your roll. Mortal Kombat was not great. It was.
Yes, it was.
It was okay.
No, it's a fun movie. It's a great movie. I love it.
Okay.
Come on, the soundtrack is iconic. Let's be honest.
Oh, it is iconic.
Very iconic.
And let's be honest, this music or a Jim Carrey movie, we're like, okay, this is not a Jim Carrey movie music. This isn't your
kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Kind of stirry. By the way, the name of the main place this takes place in, the location of the main part of the story, Edge City. That's an interesting name for a place. Edge City, it says on the screen.
Yeah.
So we got a bunch of divers down here. They're looking at what seems to be some pipes or some construction going on over there underwater. Ooh, look, a mysterious box. It's got an ancient mask on it.
Let's not mess with mysterious boxes with ancient masks on it.
No, because he's trying to pry it open with that tool there. And he's like, oh, wait a minute, pipe's about to drop on him. Ah! But then the pipe hits the box. All of a sudden, the box opens, and look what comes out of it. It's a mask.
Is it smoking? It's smoking.
It's got water bubbles coming out of it because it's in the water for a second. By the way, here's a good way to bring up your title with water.
That's great. And it's so 90s. It really is.
Yeah. Peter Riegert is in this movie. We got a lot of good character actors in this movie, too.
Yeah.
Looney Tunes comics. That's interesting.
Love it.
I got those concert tickets you wanted for Friday night.
Yep. And here you go. I have the it was filmed in Spring Street Towers in Los Angeles, so downtown Los Angeles. So
there you go.
It was not filmed on a lot. It was actually filmed in LA.
There you go. They're sold out. That means there's no more.
He plays such a good nerd too.
Yeah, like good-natured and stuff.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Why don't you just go with your friend? No, come on.
You're such a sweet guy.
Stanley, you are the nice. You are. Yeah. See, all these things are coming back to me.
Yeah. Yep.
Charlie, isn't Stanley the nicest guy? The best. That was the most sickening display I've ever seen. I disagree. I think I'm wearing her down.
Yeah, no, you're not, sir.
You're not. No. She just walked all over you by taking those tickets.
Right.
Don't you think? This would be interesting if you and I just happen to work at the same bank and you play my wingman.
Yeah.
See how that works.
I could see you playing the Jim Carrey role here.
I could play Yipkus?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So how do we get in? What are you kidding? Leave it to me. This is gonna be the perfect night and then a thunderstorm just starts booming.
Yeah. Oh, just randomly? Okay, sure.
Yeah, it's like, well, this isn't gonna work.
And here comes Cameron.
My goodness. How did they even find her anyway? Was it like an open casting call and just a bunch of women just auditioned for this role?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's a great question.
Let
How
me
did she get this role?
Let me get on my Google machine.
Yeah, friendly neighborhood Google machine. Thank you, sir, in the backstage area of the studio. Oh my goodness. Debut of Cameron Diaz, ladies and gentlemen, right here. Walks right into the bank. Jim Carrey can't believe his face, can't believe his eyes. And you got the sexy, what do you call it, saxophones being played in the background. Here, which they do in a lot of movies, by the way. It's very common.
Cameron Diaz was a model by the age when she was 16.
Wow.
And she met photographer Jeff Dunnis at a party when he was asked to talk to her parents about representation.
Wow.
And the model turned actress credits her start in the industry to his professionalism and integrity.
There you go. Fascinating. Well, at least he had integrity, and all he's missing now is the intensity and intelligence.
Yes.
See what I did there?
The three eyes.
The three eyes.
Okay, here we go. Diaz's rise to stardom was rapid after her appearance along in the slapstick comedy The Mask. Her role as a jazz singer, blah, blah, blah. Diaz had been working as a model under contract with Elite Model Management, who organized an audition with the film's producers. Even though she was a total acting rookie, her natural charm and talent won out. She was 21 when she was cast.
So that makes her 51 nowadays.
Yes.
Man, for 21 years old, beautiful, gorgeous.
She is,
with all due respect, drop dead gorgeous in this movie, ladies and gentlemen. And it's funny because there's a movie that came out a number of years later after this one had come out. It was specifically called Drop Dead Gorgeous, about beauty pageants.
Yeah.
Anybody remember that?
I actually do remember that.
There was a couple of well-known actresses in that. I'm trying to. It wasn't Candace. It was not Candace Bergen. I think it was Elizabeth Perkins and oh boy, wasn't Denise Richards involved in that? I think she was.
Now
Denise Richards must have been in that.
Kirsten Dunst, Denise Richards.
Yep,
Kirstie
I was
Alley.
right. Oh, that's it. Kirstie Alley, the late great Kirstie Alley.
Yep. Amy Adams was in it.
Hey, Amy Adams, look at that.
Yeah. It's a power tie. No, it's not.
It's supposed to make you feel. Does it work? And she's giving him like those googly eyes, man. Look at those googly eyes.
Oh my god.
Those are the 40 eyes. That's what women do.
Brittany Murphy, the late Brittany Murphy, was in Drop Dead Gorgeous.
Yes.
Will Sasso was in Drop Dead Gorgeous.
Really?
Yep.
Forgot about that.
Adam West was in Drop Dead Gorgeous.
Adam West. Oh boy, the late one of the early iterations of Batman.
Yes.
So.
Or we just throw it in a mattress back there.
Or we could just take all your money and throw in a big mattress back. People talked about that a lot back in the day, especially when Godfather came out, because there's a line in The Godfather. I don't know if you remember this or not. It says, "You know what we gotta do? We gotta go to the mattresses."
Yep.
That's right. We go to the mattresses. We gotta figure out where's the dirt, Dave? Where's the dirt? Where is it? You know?
Yep. No problem.
No problem. We can. Yeah. Would you guys keep it down back there? No problem.
And then you have your quintessential mob bosses.
Yep. I forget this gentleman's name, but he's no longer with us either. Oh gosh. He was in Daredevil.
Reggie Cathy.
Reggie Cathy is no longer with us, but he was a great actor.
My father knew him.
Really?
Yeah, he actually was a great saxophone player.
Oh, get out of town.
Yeah. Played saxophone in high school with my dad. He's from Huntsville.
Wow.
Yeah.
Way to go, Alabama.
He
That's great.
He was also in
he was in a lot of things.
House of Cards, I believe.
Yes. Wasn't he involved in the Wire too?
I think so.
The Wire, the Baltimore led series that was set in my neck of the woods of Maryland.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people love The Wire too. A lot of people love that.
He was in 30 Rock. He was in American Psycho.
Oh yeah. With Batman with Christian Bale at the time.
Yeah, he was in Pootie Tang.
Oh boy. There's a raunchy comedy there for you.
That was a horrible comedy.
Yeah, you didn't like that, did you?
No, I did not. But I watched it.
I didn't even bother to see it.
He was in the horrible Fantastic Four as well.
Yeah. Don't you mean Fan Four Stick?
Yes.
Fan Four Stick, as some people like to call it. It's fan. If you look at the poster, that's what the name of the movie is. Fan Four Stick.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I think it's streaming on, what is it, Hulu? Yeah, it's
I think
all
so.
the what do you call it? Marvel Legacy movies are on Disney Plus / Hulu because they own the rights.
Right.
Well, you're lucky you figures this now, because otherwise it's going to cause you some serious trouble. So clearly he's a nice guy trying to do the right thing, but the girl walks all over him in the first scene, and now these mechanics are taking advantage of him.
So this scene was actually filmed in a fire station.
Like Ghostbusters?
Yep.
Hey, bring around the Lona. The Lona?
Lona?
The loner. And I believe the loner turns out to be a Studebaker.
Yes.
Anybody remember the Studebaker from the Muppet movie?
Dude. Of course.
Yeah, a Studebaker. A bear in its natural habitat. A Studebaker. Love you, Fozzie. Love you, Fozzie. Love that man. Yeah, everyone's coming in these nice BMWs and Lexus and all these other cars.
He's got
this thing pulls up, and they're like, "Ugh." Look at all the people. They're like, ew, what is this guy doing?
It's quite literally smoking.
It's and then he says, it's a classic. Hi. Hey, Charlie. Stanley, I want you to meet my buddy here, Stanley Ipkiss, humongo in the banking business. Look at him wearing that leopard print jacket. Look at that.
I'd pull it off. I'd
really
do it.
Could you wear? Didn't you wear that for Halloween one year?
No, but I do like this guy's houndstooth looking jacket.
Yeah, houndstooth. That's right.
The red white jacket.
The red white jacket. Yeah. Would you wear that? Could you pull that
I would
off?
wear that. I do have one like that actually.
Do you?
Yes.
Does Amanda like it?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Charlie.
Mistake. It's a mistake. See, he's just a nice guy trying to do the right thing. And every time he tries to do it, someone steps on him or just throws him off to the side, right? Our friends are on the inside. Lose him. Hey, come on, guys. Now this isn't fair. Watch it. I'm a bleeder. Which he says that before 1999, Something About Mary says it.
Yeah.
Because you remember the line, right? We got ourselves a bleeder.
We got ourselves a bleeder. Have you seen my baseball?
Oh, Dave. Have you seen my baseball? Get out of here.
It might be a little raunchy to say that, and maybe not PC anymore. But
I was gonna say, have you seen my baseball? It's like
that.
Fun. It's like the movie Office Space. Someone took my stapler. Someone took my stapler.
I believe someone took my stapler.
You're not supposed to take my stapler, Dave. Don't take my stapler. Anyway, Dave and I are being silly and out of our minds. But listen, for those of you just tuning in and wondering what the Bantha fodder is going on, sorry, that's another franchise.
Yes, another franchise.
We're celebrating the 30th anniversary of Jim Carrey's The Mask. We're currently at 11 minutes and 53 seconds into this movie. So queue up your copy on physical media or streaming service. Watch the movie along with us from the comfort of your own home. You don't even have to leave the house. And leave your thoughts about this or anything that stars or maybe co-stars Jim Carrey in the comments
Cameron
below.
Diaz.
Or Cameron Diaz. Cameron Diaz is in this. Reggie Cathy's in this, which unfortunately he's no longer with us. Rest in peace, good sir. Let us know in the comments. Let us know in the chat. If you're watching this live or what is known as a replay, we thank you specifically for being with us. And thank you to Dave, because apparently Dave's got stories about different people and actors in movies for days on end. So.
Hey, I'm a wealth of knowledge. Thank you.
Yeah, and he lives in the great state of Alabama. So,
If you can't tell.
If you can't tell, he's a bit of a Roll Tide fan, I would say.
Just a tad.
Just a smidge. Yeah. Which, by the way, you excited for all the new things coming to Roll Tide? New seasons of this, new seasons of that. You're excited for football? Yeah. I hear a lot of things have been developing in football over there. Everything good?
Just a few. We've got a new coach. Our coach retired, but but it's okay.
Who's the new coach? Do we like the new coach?
We like the new coach. His name is Kellen DeBoer.
There you go.
But he is from he coached at Washington last year.
Oh boy.
So it's interesting. It's interesting. We've got a whole new system to get used to. But you know what? We're rolling with the punches. We're still Alabama. We're still going to be good.
And you're still the Roll Tide.
And we're still watching The Mask. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Even though I think Dave would much rather be watching an athletic event called foosball or football. But
you're not wrong. But we're about to hit the climax of the movie right here. where he finds not the climax. What's the I don't know.
The inciting incident.
Yes.
The
And
thing
he's
that the setup. It's the setup, and then later on you get the payoff.
Right,
So,
exactly.
which in this case, he thinks there's a gentleman drowning in the water over there.
And he
He says, "Hey,
does.
mister."
It does look like a gentleman drowning.
He says, "Hey, mister, hey." And he says, "Hold on a second. Hold on. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to get you. I'm going to take you to safety, right? I'm going to get you to the safest place." But unfortunately,
I have a goof for you here.
Yeah, what's up?
The loaner car Stanley picks up is a 1951 Studebaker Champion, okay?
I was right.
However, the car that falls apart on the bridge is a 1950 Studebaker Commander.
You know what they say, right? Could have fooled me. Suspension of disbelief.
But that's part of why I like watching movies on Amazon Prime. You get all these like little quirky tidbits.
Tidbits. Yeah, tidbits. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, you. What are you doing down there? Cops find his car abandoned, and they're wondering where the driver is. I'm just looking for
my mask.
My mask. I got it. Yeah, I was looking for my yeah. How did it end up all the way down there? That doesn't make sense. But hey, suspension of disbelief. Cops will believe anything you say.
And now you meet the wonderful landlord,
Miss Peenman. Yeah. Oh, my new carpet. This is coming right out of your security deposit, Ipkiss. Anyone ever have a landlord that's just annoying as heck?
I haven't actually. Luckily.
Really? You've been very fortunate in the great state of Alabama?
I have been fortunate.
Well, good for you. Good for you and the missus. No, I haven't had any annoying landlords either.
Yeah.
I've had good ones, so just throwing that out there. Aren't you back at the laboratory to get your bolts tightened? I should have said that. I believe that's a Frankenstein reference, if I remember correctly.
Yes, it is.
Which, hey, we're this much closer to Halloween, ladies and gentlemen.
I love it.
Get ready. We're gonna have some good, scary, good times of going back and watching some of the Universal monster movies from the 1930s and 40s.
Notice the little ode to Looney Tunes there. He's got the little wolf clock.
Oh, that's right. That's right. There's a lot of Warner Brothers there. Yep. You hear the videotapes? He's got Daffy Duck and Pudgy Pig on the wall there. My God, there's a lot of Warner Brothers references.
This is a Looney Tunes cartoon he's watching.
I did not know it was Looney. Well, I figured it was, but then again,
Yeah.
With Paris, yeah, because it's a beautiful woman, and then the dog's like,
right, ooga.
We love you. We want to see more. Da da da. Ooh, gets hit in the face with a frisbee. By the way.
Yep.
You ready? Get it. See, he's just trying to relax and watch cartoons, and even his landlord won't let him do that. He says, "Turn down that cartoon." All right, Mrs. Peenman. But then look who comes on set. It's a news clip with Ben Stein. That's correct, Wendy. We all wear masks, metaphorically speaking. Fun fact, bless this man's soul. My late father went to college with this man.
With Ben Stein, really?
Yes, they went to school together.
Oh, wow.
They were roommates at one point.
That's awesome.
Can you believe that? Yeah.
That's cool.
Love you, Dad. Miss you. But your boy Ben Stein plays a supportive role in this movie, so there you go. I know he's probably watching from above. He's probably enjoying this. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
He probably is. He's like, hey, I know that guy. I went to school with him at one point.
Didn't Ben Stein have some political, like he was part of a...
Wasn't he trying to run for office at one point?
I don't know.
Wasn't he? Or he attempted, or no, I think his friends tried to convince him.
Yeah. That's it.
To run for I think it was political office, but he said no at the time.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, hey, look what he did though, Dave. He landed on the right side with things with Win Ben Stein's Money, because that's
he did.
That's one of the funniest, best game shows ever.
It was.
Really. Yeah, with what was it? Young up and coming at the time, Jimmy Kimmel.
Yep.
Was his best friend and co-host, or his he was the host and Ben Stein was the creator.
Yep.
So,
and Adam.
Was it Adam Goldberg? No, not Adam. Oh, Adam Carolla. Adam Carolla.
Yeah, Adam Carolla. That's right.
With the Man Show. The Man Show. Yeah.
Yep.
That was on at night at 11:30 when I shouldn't be watching.
Taz.
Oh, there's Taz. Yeah, I just saw that. Yeah, there's a lot of Warner Brothers inferences here. Yep. Hey, look who it is. It's The Mask. First appearance. Smoking.
And this is all Jim Carrey doing his little rubber face thing.
Oh, wasn't another guy in the suit? Okay. It's all Jimmy Boy.
Yeah.
P-A-R-T. Why? Because I got it. That's a great one-liner, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
manager.
Here we go.
Oh, it says quiet, please. You ever hear those? You ever see those signs on the outside of your hotel rooms?
Oh, yeah.
Quiet, please. Or it's, well, now these days it doesn't say quiet, please. It says, please do not disturb, is what it says.
Right.
Which a lot of people use when they're staying over the weekend in the hotel rooms and all that kind of jazz. It happens. So the alarm clock is making him upset. You know what he's going to do? He's going to take a giant sledgehammer and try to destroy it, don't you think? You know? Oh. Man, he keeps jumping and jumping and jumping. Snooze.
Yeah.
Visual
Now, that
effects.
wasn't Jim Carrey. But
Visual effects.
Yeah.
How do we feel about the visual effects so far? You think they work?
Well,
you think they hold up 30 years later?
For 1994, they hold up really well.
Yeah. Oof. Lands on the concrete? That's no good. Look, Ma, I'm roadkill. Ha ha ha. Do you ever do your own Jim Carrey impressions when you were at work?
All
or
the
school,
time.
whatever it was?
All the time.
All the time. I think he wants to communicate. Tight, squeeze me gently. Pauga. Blows out all the windows.
Yep.
Wipes the glass off it. You know. Boy, he really told that guy off, didn't he?
Yep.
Hey, mister, you got the time? As a matter of fact, I do, cubby. And then we got a group of gangsters here who are going to try to take this guy's money. Wedgie, I guess?
Atomic Wedgie.
Atomic, thank you. I was wondering because in George's case, well, at least it wasn't atomic. It was. Yeah. Remember that episode in the library?
Oh, yeah.
Such a good episode, by the way. That's one of the better early day episodes, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. Easy.
Nobody likes a bat, but I love that moment. So now he's a circus carny, making balloon animals, as it were.
How about something for you, sir?
We have a giraffe. I got it, son. Get it out of here. You bother me.
The girl. Wow.
She wants it too, but she's not. Sorry, wrong pocket. See, I didn't know what that was at the time, but when you look at it now,
right?
You're like, oh, it makes sense, ladies and gentlemen. A French poodle.
Poodle.
Sorry, son. The dog was rabid. Had to put it down.
I love how he does the Midwestern accent.
Yeah, last but not least, my favorite. This kind of reminds me of the movie that also is going to be having another anniversary next year for its 35th anniversary. Dick Tracy with the Tommy guns.
Yep.
You believe Dick Tracy's going to be 35 next year?
No, I cannot, dude. That's crazy to me.
Do you remember that movie at all?
Yeah, I love that movie.
Okay, well, maybe you can sit on the panel with us for next year.
Madonna as Breathless.
Breathless Mahoney. Yep. Yeah. By the way, you challenge me, we all go down. There was one Napoleon, one Washington, one me. I'm out. It only works if we're all in. Then it don't work. I got to do business. I'll take my chances alone. Let him go. Let him go. It's still a free country. Maybe he'll have a change of heart. Dude, Al Pacino got an Oscar nomination.
He was so good.
Which is crazy to think that he got an Oscar nomination for that. But he was so good as Big Boy Caprice.
Yeah, he really was. That was that's a very underrated movie.
Now that I've rewatched it about a week ago, Dave, just so you know, because I did, I just felt like watching one day on my tablet.
Yeah,
it's a fun movie.
It really is.
And the character of Breathless Mahoney as this femme fatale seductress thing really works.
Yep.
I mean, and by the way, there are actually one or two scenes in that movie that should have been cut for a PG movie, but they didn't.
Right.
Which you and I can discuss off camera. But yeah,
yes,
there was one or two scenes particularly that I thought to myself, "Isn't this a kind of an R rating?
This might not need to be here."
I don't know if that needs to be there, doesn't it? But then Dave and I can talk about it off camera. Yeah. But yeah, I'm more respectable and more of a bigger fan of the movie Dick Tracy now than I was when I was younger. So there you go. Everybody wins.
There you go.
then he says, I gotta lay off the cartoons. He thinks it was all a dream when he became the mask. It was all a dream. By the way, he's got like 6 padlocks on his door.
Right.
And Ipkiss, Stanley, Ipkiss, yes. Lieutenant Kellaway, City Precinct. You know anything about that disturbance last night? Disturbance. Yeah, some kind of prowler broke in and attacked Mrs. Peenman.
Yeah. You
didn't hear anything? She unloaded a couple of rounds of 20 buckshot 5 feet from your door. That's a loud gun. 20 buckshot? Yeah, it is. No, wait. They don't use those kind of things at skeet shooting, do they? Probably not.
No.
No, they use a completely different kind of thing there. Yeah, I have gone skeet shooting one time. It was fun. Yeah, it was fun.
Oh,
my shoulder was a bit sore though, but
I can imagine that.
You can get used to it.
All right, so hey, here's you a huge trivia thing here.
What do we got?
Jim Carrey was paid only $450,000 for his work in this film.
Wow.
It was a huge bargain for New Line Cinema because the deal was signed before Ace Ventura: Pet Detective became a surprise hit, and The Mask a hot property for the summer of '94. Carrey then inked $7 million for Dumb and Dumber.
Wow, that's insane.
I know.
I did not know that. That is a fascinating piece of information. You know what else is fascinating? The fact that the person who's watching or listening to this right now is with us, joining us, and celebrating the greatness that is the 30th anniversary of Jim Carrey's The Mask here on Movie Watchalong. Feel free to queue up the copy on your physical media or streaming service. We are currently at 25 minutes and 26 seconds into this movie. Queue up your copy, watch along with us, comment below your favorite things about this or anything else that these actors or actresses have participated in the chat. And if you're joining us live or what is known as a replay specifically, we are thankful for you to be with us. And also, we're thankful for our friendly neighborhood fun facts master over here, Dave Adams, who is also known as the golden voice of the South of the U.S. of A.
Or the human jukebox, whichever one you want.
Or the human jukebox, which, hey.
I haven't done any singing on this one, so it's okay.
That's true.
This one doesn't really require singing.
Well, when was the last time you and Amanda went out to karaoke?
She doesn't like doing karaoke with me.
Really?
Yeah, she said.
The missus doesn't like it? No. That's a bummer. Yeah, that's one way to get.
We have a proctologist standing by.
The best one you can find. By the way, so do you go? When was the last time you went karaoke singing? When did you
go? I did it on the cruise ship we went on a couple months ago. So,
and she was like, "Honey, I love you, but I'm not going to sit here and watch this."
Well, she sat there and watched it, but she doesn't like it.
Doesn't like it.
Yeah, she doesn't like getting embarrassed. She doesn't like when I kind of control a stage, and it's fun though.
She doesn't like it when someone. She doesn't like it when someone takes control
of the right
of a situation. I guess.
Right.
All right. You're 40 minutes late. Now that's the same as stealing. I'm sorry, Mr. Dickey. It'll never happen again. I've been a jerk. Well, if you weren't busy oogling girly pictures, you might actually get some work done around here. There's an old school word for you. Oogling girly.
Oogling, right.
Oogling, yeah. She's a very professional client of Stanley Ipkiss. Oh, really? Well, the next time she comes in, be sure to send her to my office. Oh, you betcha. You know what, Dave? I wish my daddy owned a bank. Then I could be a rich little creep too.
Bank.
Then I could be a rich little creep. You ever think she'll ever come back, Charlie? Oh man, forget her. Stanley,
then
listen.
She walks right in.
A girl like that is always looking for the BBD, the bigger, better deal. You understand me? You don't know that, Charlie. She's sensitive.
An artiste.
Stanley, forget her. That girl will tear out your heart, put it in a blender, and hit frappe. Which, by the way, the actress who's about to walk into frame here, rest in peace to her late husband, John Ritter. Amy Yazbek.
Really?
Is in this movie, and she was married to the late, great John Ritter for a number of years. Huh. And she has appeared on the Multiverse Fundraiser, which the great people over at Back of the Cereal Box have put together. And I didn't get a chance to sit down and talk to her like Kelly did, but I'll tell you what, Amy Yazbek is a very nice, generous, and still, all these years later, still funny at cracking the jokes. Like she can still, whip out some witty banter with the best. Because look how many movies this young lady has done. She's been in The Mask. She's been in Robin Hood Men in Tights as Maid Marian, right?
Yep.
You know,
And she made an incredible Maid Marian in that movie.
Oh my goodness, did she ever?
Yep.
Did she ever? And that was what, like 2 years after Mask came out?
No, it was not. It was a year before The Mask.
Oh, it was 93.
Yep.
Jeez, that's crazy.
And then she was in Quantum Leap. She was in Designing Women. She was in Problem Child. She was in Pretty Woman.
Oh, that's right. Dude, Problem Child, that is a wacky film.
Yep.
That is a messed up movie. Kramer's in that.
Yep.
Michael Richards as the escaped convict. Look, a giraffe. Look, a fist. Punches the guy out. Oh, man. But yeah, Amy Asbeck has had a great career over the years. Absolutely. And she looks very beautiful. She looks very beautiful in this, by the way.
I didn't know she was married to John Ritter.
Yes, she was married to the late, great John Ritter. By the way, that's how they met, is on Problem Child.
Huh.
Because they played husband and wife in Problem Child.
Yeah.
That's how they met. So there you go. Go figure, right? Go figure.
Impressive.
Yep. Does Amy Asbeck look beautiful here? I mean, she looks dynamite in this.
Yep.
You need somebody with red hair, and full pouty lips, a white blouse, a green jacket, and a name tag. Boy, you've really narrowed it down. Too bad she's already taken. Anyway, sorry. Getting a little behind the times here, but it happens.
Yeah, just stick with the movie, man. Usually it's me that goes on tangents.
It's okay. I know.
You know, I'm not used to the one sticking on the theme here.
I know. It's okay.
Usually it's
happens.
me.
I know. It's so sad. The roles are reversed in this episode of Movie Watch Along. Who knows what's going to happen tomorrow when our good friend Ryan Payne is going to be with us as we celebrate the 20th anniversary of Michael Mann's Collateral, which
a movie I have not seen.
Oh, it's a great crime movie. Such a great movie. Michael Mann, it was one of the first movies to ever use HD cameras.
Was it really?
Yeah. First movie to ever do it. Yeah. Back in 2004. Yeah. Feel free to look it up. It's got some really good fun facts there for you.
Yeah, look at that. Like every bad guy in a 90s movie has that little fake ponytail.
Mm-hmm.
And they always have some stupid little computer in their office too.
Yeah, but don't you like to play golf?
Yeah, I'm not
really.
Golf. No.
Not really. I thought you were a massive golf fan. I guess I was wrong.
I will watch the Masters.
Oh, you watch the Masters. Okay.
Yeah. But I'm not a massive golf fan.
Okay. So if anyone ever invited you out to play the back nine, you wouldn't do it?
I'm not very good. I'm a former baseball player.
Oh, okay. So we'll just stick to playing a game of baseball in the park.
Yep. Yeah.
What's your favorite position in baseball?
I was pitcher and catcher.
Woo! Look at you.
Yeah.
How fast was your fastball there?
I wasn't really a fastball pitcher. I was a junk pitcher. So like I would throw like knuckleballs and sliders, and my fastball wasn't great.
Oof. What about your changeup?
I didn't really do a changeup because of my knuckleball.
No. Wow. Okay. Fair enough. I did not know this about you. Boy, you got some mad skills on the baseball field. Okay.
I'm all right with that.
All right. I'm okay playing the outfield if you ever need someone to play for you.
Yes,
play
sir.
on your team. You ever need me to play? I played Little League when I was younger, so
awesome.
Little baseball experience here and there. And I played basketball too. That was fun.
How is that little bit of blood going to get on his lips with just a 9-iron?
That's a.
If he's going to have blood on his face, it would have been all over his face.
Maybe they didn't have enough blood in the budget. I don't know. Did anyone else know about that? Heck if I know. I don't know. I don't know either. And by the way, Jim Carrey's about to have a very romantic dream. Which, by the way, all men have these kind of dreams. It happens.
It happens.
He's standing there in his suit that he wore that night when he got kicked out of the club at one point. Yeah,
but he's a little bit different.
A little more confident in his stance, isn't he?
Yes.
Stanley, hi. Rose, are you okay? I am now. I am now because Cameron Diaz is here, folks. Hello. Which, by the way, was this scene a bit awkward for her to film?
I would imagine.
That must have been weird to do that for 10 consecutive seconds on camera.
Yes.
I'm thinking it was weird. Yeah. But hey, she was 21 at the time, bro. And she ran with it.
Because you have a dog now.
And you have a dog. And he's like, oh, Milo, I don't believe it. And he just, Trying to clear out the eardrums there, buddy. Yep, there's Daffy Duck and
Porky Pig.
Porky Pig. Thank you. That's all, folks. Bombshell. What does it say? Bombshell explodes at the Cocobongo. It's ridiculous. She would never. Oh, but the mask suddenly makes its appearance on his couch.
It's back.
It's on the couch. So he threw
it out the window
because he didn't want any part of it anymore, and then he just comes all the way back. Oh, takes the mask up.
And then you hear the oh,
and then he says, "Never, no way." Nope, he says, "No way, I don't want any part of this." And then he throws it again.
And watch it boomerangs right back.
Yep, and then he just goes back and goes. Well, he dives over the couch and goes get it, and he goes and gets it.
That's right. That's right.
And there goes the thunder again. Milo is sneaking behind the pillows.
Milo's like, yeah, no.
He's
not
like,
a good
no,
idea.
I want no part of this, man. By the way, let's see what we got over here. Oh my goodness, Service Shorty Real. That's an interesting nickname. Says, I remember when I went to go see this movie back on July the 29th of 1994. Well, hey.
The day it came out.
Day it came out. We're happy to have you with us. Good person, whoever you may be. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to like and share this with everyone you know. And look at this. He gets himself shaved. He cleans his face off using Milo. Ooh, somebody stop me. Uh-oh. Can't make the scene.
And this is before the ska like phase came out. And so they were kind of a little bit ahead of their time with the zoot suits too.
Good point. And he says, thanks, y'all. Well, you're welcome, Service. Is it Shorty Real? Am I saying that right? Service Shorty Real. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Yep.
You're quite welcome, though. Quite welcome. All right, you boys are on your own now. I got to go downstairs and make sure I'm seen. Do it. The doctor is about to operate. Which, by the way, that's a interesting one-liner right there, don't you think?
Reggie, and what's funny is Reggie Cathy was nothing like that in real life.
No. But he sounds cool when he's,
yep.
He says, Service Shorty Real is from the great state of New Jersey. Trenton, New Jersey is where he's joining us from.
Nice.
Wow. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you. Hope everything's well in your neck of the woods. Sorry, fellas. Waste not, want not. And then he just spins like a tornado and goes,
Yeah.
Just when those guys were about to break in and take all that money, he got to it first, didn't he?
Yep, because he works there and he knows all that.
Yep. Cops. Oh, now there's going to be a massive shootout in front of the edge of the bank.
The guy that was Sweet Eddie. Hold on, let me look at.
Yeah, was it?
Let me look at his
resume there.
Resume. Because I believe he was a henchman in the 1989 Batman.
Ooh, that's cool. That's a 7-window limo. That's insane. Whoa. How do? Are you on the list? Hey, no. But I believe my friends are. Perhaps you know them. Franklin, Grant, and Jackson. Flicks the money all up in the guy's face.
I would have tried Washington. Mr. Washington?
Mr. Washington? That's funny. And now we present to you the most beautiful flower of the Coco Bongo, Miss Tina Carlisle. Great MC skills by that person there, by the way.
Yep.
Great MC skills. Now, granted, I'm a little jealous because I'm used to being the MC on other things, but the guy in this movie did a wonderful job. So my compliments to the casting director.
And let's be honest, the casting director did a great job with Cameron Diaz here.
I think this is when everyone fell in love with her in this scene. So
easily.
Don't you think? Yeah.
So Cameron Diaz's singing voice in this film was dubbed by Susan Boyd.
Ooh. Sounds interesting. Susan Boyd sounds familiar, though. That name sounds
I'm looking that up to see who that is.
Why? It sounds very familiar to me. By the way, Service Shorty Reel is asking the question, why on earth would they have waited till 2005 to come out with Son of the Mask that should have been back in 90? Well, I don't think anyone wants to remember Son of the Mask, so...
Yeah, I wish the Son of the Mask was a better movie.
Yeah.
But you know,
Well,
it
this
it could
individual's
have
wondering why didn't they bring it up back in '99? Well, maybe because they didn't have the
would have
money.
but it would have been better if they'd done it in '99, kind of on the cusp of the
The
Jim
new
Carrey
millennium.
fame.
Yeah.
You know, so
Susan
Susan Boyd
sounds so familiar.
it's not the Britain's Got Talent Susan
Oh,
Boyd.
that's who I was thinking. Jeez.
That's who you were thinking of.
Yeah.
She's been the vocalist in quite a few pretty famous movies.
No kidding.
She was in Star Wars: The Old Republic video game.
Hey.
She was in Dragon Age Origins. She was Auga. She's just a voice actress.
There you go. Nothing wrong with that. Voice actors are excellent performers.
Yep. And she's got some great pipes to sing.
There you go. Then he bangs his head over the head with a hammer there to get himself out of it. And then he zips over to the stage, and this is where the movie takes a very interesting turn.
Yep.
Let's rock this joint. Turns this guy around a few steps. He's got a nice suit, new set of drumsticks, and then just keeps on booming. And then you get the famous song, Hey, Pachuco. So there you go. This is where everyone in the theater and I were just enjoying the living heck out of this sequence because the music is so catchy. Bam! Dun, dun, dun. Down, dun, 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 down, dun,
I
dun.
like this type of music too.
Yep. Dun, 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 dun,
Early
dun,
swing
dun.
music.
You like that?
Yes, sir.
You and the missus dance to this kind of stuff?
No. I have 2 left feet.
Oh no, that's no good.
I cannot dance to save my life.
You can't dance to save your own skin?
Nope.
Oh boy. Well, who knows? Maybe when they get older, maybe the apples of your eye will become accomplished dancers. You never know.
Yep. And so this is not Cameron Diaz dancing either.
It's not?
Nope.
Who's the stunt double?
It doesn't say, but
That's interesting to me that I thought it was Cameron Diaz the whole gosh darn time. Well, look at Jim Carrey go. He doesn't know how to stop. By the way, Brian Nussbaum, a good friend of the show, is here. He says, it's interesting that Ben Stein appeared in 3 versions of The Mask, but this film, The Mask, the animated series, and with the great Rob Paulsen and in Son of the Mask. No kidding.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that either. By the way, Rob Paulsen, another great voice actor. That man's been doing it for over 45 years. Pinky and the Brain, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from back in the day. I mean, he was Mighty Max for Pete's sake.
That's crazy.
And by the way, I met Rob Paulsen. I asked him about it. I said, hey, man, I really liked you as the voiceover of Max and Mighty Max. Would you ever come back if they rebooted it? Oh, absolutely. I would come back and do that. You kidding me?
That's great.
And I'm like, thank you, Rob Paulsen, because Mighty Max is an underrated gem of the 90s. If you don't remember that animated series, look it up. It's on YouTube. You can stream it for free. It's a lot of fun. Oh, when the Mask cartoon ended, Service Shorty Reel says. So you're saying that the animated series of the Mask ended in '99? Is that what you mean?
Yeah. That's what I meant. I mean, it's not a bad thought.
Yeah.
But
would have worked.
Son of the Mask needed a lot of help, and
Jamie Kennedy couldn't save it.
Yeah, I know Jim Carrey didn't want to do it.
Nope.
So
because of his bad experience on Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls.
Right. Which When Nature Calls was a good movie.
It was fun. It doesn't hold a candle to the first, but it's fun.
No, of course it doesn't. But it was still great.
I have a very interesting question to ask you off camera about this scene that just happened.
Okay. That's
just we can talk about it later. I don't want to get into it here because it's not appropriate for this program. But I will say I have a few thoughts about the dancing sequence at the end. So
yeah.
We'll just leave it at that. But now that all of a sudden he gets shot at, his tie comes off, and it's a piece of Stanley Ipkiss's pajamas. And now the club is about to get closed. Okay, Tunko Tos, I want to know where my money is, and I want to know it right now. Service Shorty says no when the Mask cartoon. Yes, we understand what you're saying there, Service Shorty. When the Mask cartoon ended back in the day, you're wondering why the sequel didn't come out at that point. That's understandable. It's fine. No worries. Carry the 9, divide by 3s. Fortunately, funeral bouquets are deductible. Ice this deadbeat. He's bulletproof. You can't hit him, can't you? You can't hit him.
Okay,
Let me
so
see here.
the Mask cartoon ended in 97.
Oh, 97. So we got the years
Yeah.
mixed up. It's
It
okay.
should have been around then. Thank you very much.
By the way,
Dude, Jim Cummings, the great Jim Cummings, was in the Mask animated series.
I love it. That guy's done what, 30,000 voiceovers in his career? It's ridiculous.
Everything.
He's done everything, and you've heard his voice, you've listened to it, you've seen him on interviews, and it's fantastic stuff.
Yeah.
By the way, Brian Nussbaum says, hot take, I prefer Ace Ventura When Nature Calls over Pet Detective. Wrong, sir.
Ooh, that
Wrong.
is a very... Now, it does have some very good moments.
It does, like the guy coming out of the rhino.
Yeah, but Pet Detective was the best.
That was, of the two, that is the best. There's no question. And you had a very beautiful up-and-coming Courtney Cox at the time, which...
It was right before Friends, I believe.
Or it was actually right as Friends was airing.
Yeah, that's right.
In 93. Because Friends started in 93, and then season 2 was about to start filming in 94.
That's right.
So she was in it, and I thought to myself, Courtney Cox was in two of the biggest movie/sitcoms before she was in Friends. She was on Seinfeld as Jerry's love interest.
Yeah.
Right before she got the part on Friends, and then before that, or during her run on Friends, she was in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective as the love interest. And I'm thinking to myself, how lucky can you get with Courtney Cox's career? I mean, an amazing career. There's no doubt.
I know, right?
By the way, Courtney Cox in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, very beautiful, I might add.
Very, very, very.
Extremely. So, hey, Callaway. You want this time? You just step by for a nightcap. What I got is probable cause.
And now my battery on my mouse has died for my Apple computer.
That's no fun, is it?
No, at least I'm stuck on the movie and not.
Okay, well, by the way, we were being corrected in the chat here. Brian Nussbaum says Friends actually started airing in September of 94, not 93. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, there you go. She had a heck of a start to her career, let me tell you that. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate you, man. Hope everything's well in your neck of the woods, Brian. Oh, boy, I did not know that about Courtney Cox. And guess what? This is the 30th
She's from
anniversary.
Alabama.
She's from the great state of Alabama?
Yes, she is.
Where specifically in Alabama is she from? Huntsville?
No, I think she's from middle Alabama, like Birmingham.
Let's take a look. Let's find out where she's from, because now you got me curious. Because if she's from your state, we got to find out where she's from.
I know she's not from Huntsville. Yep, she's from Birmingham.
Birmingham.
Yep.
That's a big place, isn't it? Birmingham. That's a big place.
It's the second largest city in the state.
Second largest city
to Huntsville.
Ooh. I didn't know Huntsville was the top of the food chain.
It is.
I'm shocked. That means I got to come down there and see you guys.
Yes, sir.
I should come down and visit. I've never been to Alabama before. It'd be a lot of fun.
Need
It'd be a nice
to.
little road trip.
It's a fun place.
We should go down there. We should have some fun, meet some people, maybe check out some good food, good brew.
If you want to bring all this style of cash, that would be great.
Yeah, I'll bring it right down your block. I'll drop some off at your front door. How's that sound?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, just like Terry Silver in Cobra Kai. He's got all that money.
Yep.
All that money that Terry Silver has. That sibling snake. So, which, by the way, I'm in the middle of season 5. Don't ruin it for me. But Cobra Kai is so freaking good. I'm loving it. I'm loving it a lot. I got 2 Cobra Kai shirts to prove it. Yay. What is this? Service. What is it? Shorty Real comments says 50 grand to who gets that green face SOB before the cops do. Yep, we went over that a little earlier. Yes.
Yep.
Or no, he's about to say that line later. Actually, I just remembered. A little bit later, he's going to say that, Service Shorty Real. But there you go. Fair point. Goodness gracious, all these one-liners. Good Lord.
They're so good.
Those pajamas are impossible. This actually happened.
Yeah.
Those pajamas over there were stolen. Somebody stole your pajamas. Yeah. And then Milo's like, wait a minute, isn't there money in this thing? Why is the city coming to
Milo's such a funny dog.
Yeah. You like dogs, or you're more of a cat guy?
I'm a dog person. We got 2 dogs. So.
You got 2 dogs?
Yes, sir.
What are their names?
Max and Teddy.
There you go. Who were they named that when you got them?
No. That was so. Max was named after Goofy's son.
Hey, Goofy movie. I love it.
Yep. And Teddy was supposed to be Walt, but he started acting more like a teddy bear when we first got him.
Oh.
And so he just became Teddy.
That's cool. Congratulations, man.
Thank you,
That's
sir.
awesome.
Thank you, sir.
I bet that helps the girls when they're going through some stuff. It's like, hey,
Very
we
much
need
so.
the dogs in here.
Yep, very much so.
Did the dogs bring a
Notice
smile to their faces?
Oh, all the time, all the time. Notice the gratuitous McDonald's product placement there.
Yeah. Oh, the thing that I like about McDonald's is the hotcakes and the hash browns are great. They're so crispy.
Oh yeah.
Love the hash browns. When was the last time you had hash browns?
You know,
You like hash browns?
I love hash browns, but I like Waffle House's hash browns more than anything.
That's fair because Waffle House is an American institution.
Yes,
so,
sir. Yes, sir.
Which I've been to my fair share of Waffle Houses over the years, just so you know.
Yeah.
They're good, man. They're
They
good
are
stuff. They
amazing.
don't mess around. They do not mess around with their food.
They know what they're doing.
That's quality right there, don't you think?
Yes, sir.
What do you put on your hash browns? Do you put anything on them?
I go cheese, onions, and then if I'm at Waffle House, I got to get them some tomatoes in them too.
Ooh, interesting. I like that.
Yeah.
You're just, you know what else is interesting? The fact that we're celebrating the greatness that is The Mask's 30th anniversary here, starring Jim Carrey, a movie Watchalong.
I like how you tried to get a little bit of an ad in there. That was great.
Yeah, it's wonderful. So make sure you join us, watch the movie along with us. We are about 49 minutes and 48 seconds into this movie. So queue up your copy, watch it along with us. Comment below about your favorite Jim Carrey or other movies that star these actors and actresses in the chat. And if you're joining us live or on a replay, we thank you so much for being with us as Dave and I are sitting here in the studio going on these most random, off-the-wall tangents about our favorite dogs, our favorite kinds of food, our favorite kinds of places to
back
visit.
off, monkey boy.
Yeah, and our favorite places to visit when we go down to the great state of Alabama.
Roll Tide.
Which Roll Tide, yes. I'm assuming that when I walk through Alabama's doors, the first thing they're going to tell me is, Roll Tide, can we hook you up with a shirt, sir?
Well, you'll hear Roll Tide or the other school's phrase.
Are we talking about Auburn?
Yes.
Oh, boy. Oof.
Yes.
Which I know you're not a fan of that word, Auburn.
Not at all, sir.
Not at all, no. But, hey, Auburn has its fair share of history, as much as any other university.
It does. It does.
Doesn't it?
But it's not great.
But it's not great. It's not as good as Roll Tide, but,
Right. Exactly.
It helps. Let's see. That's funny. Service Shorty Reel, we agree with you. Tone Lock was in Ace Ventura, and Surf Ninjas. Yes.
Surf Ninjas. Heck yeah, man.
Yes. I remember seeing the trailer for that on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3.
So like, it's funny that we're talking turtles and all that.
Yes.
I introduced my girls to the turtle rap.
Did you?
The ninja rap.
The vanilla ice?
Yeah.
What was the
they
reaction?
were like, what is this crap we're watching?
Did they actually say the word? Did your little girls actually say the word crap?
No, but you could tell they were thinking that. It was just, they're like, y'all thought this was cool? Yes. In the early 90s, that was cool.
It was. And your daughters were thinking to themselves, Dad, this isn't real music. This is garbage.
Right. What is this?
So did they even listen to all 3.5 or 4 minutes of that song, or did they walk away after the first?
They walked
seconds?
Away.
Oh.
Then I made them listen to a little bit of Ice Ice Baby, and they thought that was even weirder.
Ice Ice Baby. Dun, 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 dun.
Such a good song.
It is a good song. I don't mind that song. You don't mind that song. I like the song personally.
Yeah.
And I know that what was it? Was it 2 years ago? I think it was. Was it 2? No, it was 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I can't believe I'm saying this. We did the 30th anniversary watch along for Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze, with our good friend Ryan, the Real Deal O'Regan. And boy, was that so much fun. And guess what? Even better is next year, the original masterpiece known as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles turns 35.
That's crazy.
Next year. And
that is absolutely crazy.
I guarantee you, Ryan O'Regan, a few other people, maybe even Dave Adams is going to show up to set.
We'll see.
And we are going to celebrate the greatness that is TMNT 1990. That is a great comic book to movie adaptation. Because I've read the original source material. That film is pretty, it's close enough. It's pretty darn good.
Yeah.
So it's good stuff.
Speaking of, I've got some more trivia for you.
Do you?
Jim Carrey, many of his characters are ordinary men whose lives are changed by supernatural or otherwise unseen forces. As in The Mask, Ipkiss happens to find the mask. The Majestic, Appleton is unlucky and suffers amnesia. Liar, Liar, his son's birthday wish comes true. And then Bruce Almighty, he becomes God.
Wow. That's
Here
another
comes your
fascinating.
favorite person.
Ben Stein. This is a piece of wood. But your book. My book is about masks at a metaphor, Mr. Ipkiss. A metaphor, not to be taken literally. By the way, let's see here. A service. Shorty Real says, I remember those movies too, starring Tone Loc. Brian Nussbaum says Tone Loc was also in the movie Blank Check from Walt Disney Pictures.
Another good movie.
As well. And then Service says, oh, yeah. That's right. Tone Loc was in a lot of movies back in the 90s.
Yep.
Because he was in Ace Ventura, so it just makes sense. And by the way, Surf Ninjas, I gotta be honest with you. I've only seen it once. I need to go back and revisit that. I've only seen it once. I've only seen it once. It's on the internet somewhere. I think it's streaming for free on Tubi. Oh, actually, you know what? Ernie Reyes Jr. posted on his Instagram yesterday or 2 days ago.
Really?
It's currently streaming for free on Tubi right now. So
that's awesome. And did you know that Rob Schneider's in that movie?
Yeah, a very 35, looking like an 18-year-old. Rob Schneider says, "I got one. I got to just wax the old man away service reducing vehicle. It's a surfboard."
That movie only has 23% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I can see why. But for us 90s kids, it's a gem. But,
Exactly. Some of the best movies have really bad Rotten Tomato scores.
Exactly. Have you ever done the moto surf sequence like they do in the movie?
I have not.
You should try doing that one time with your friends. Maybe your college buddy can help you with that.
There you go.
There
so
you go.
why does the mask not work in this one?
It doesn't work during the day. It specifically only works at night.
Yeah.
So that's what we figured here in this scene where he tries it on, it doesn't work, and it's like, well, maybe it only works at night. You said Loki was a night god. Maybe it only works at night.
So here's a question for you.
I'm listening.
He becomes Loki, basically.
Yep.
So is this an extension of the MCU?
Probably. So I guess it means he's Loki before Tom Hiddleston takes over the role.
That's what I'm seeing.
Tom Hiddleston. Yep. Which, by the way, have they greenlit Loki season 3 or no?
I'm sure they have.
It's probably going to happen at some point. I don't know.
Yeah.
Did anyone see? Did you see Loki 2? Did you see Loki?
Of course I did. You have to see Loki 2 to understand what's going on in the MCU. Daredevil and Wolverine.
You mean Daredevil and She-Hulk?
Well, no, Daredevil and Wolverine, the movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you said Daredevil. It's actually Deadpool and Wolverine.
Deadpool, dude. Sorry.
Yeah, you're saying Daredevil. I'm like, wait a minute.
Still trying to wake up.
But Daredevil's a great character. I love that. Let's see here. What was this person say? Oh, Brian says, funny enough, if you blink and you miss it in the Liar Liar, the Fire Marshal Bill from In Living Color makes a quick cameo in the background towards the end of the movie Liar Liar.
I will have to, because that's one of my favorite characters Jim Carrey does.
Yeah, but Liar Liar is one of his better outings.
Let me tell you something. Let me show you something.
It's a good one. But yeah, I did not know that. That's interesting stuff, Brian. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Let's see. Service Shorty Reel says, hold on. I went to see Son of the Mask on the 30th back in. Oh, you mean the original? You went to see The Mask on the 30th back in 94. My bad. Okay. Hey, it's all right.
It's all right.
You saw it opening weekend. The
fact that you can remember the days you went to see movies on
especially 30 years ago. That's
30 years ago. That's incredible.
I don't remember when we saw this movie. We probably saw it a couple weeks after it came out back in the day. It was probably early. What was it, like mid-August? Think of that.
I don't even know.
Holy crap! I don't even know. You need another cup of Java.
I know.
By the way, Cameron Diaz looks beautiful in this outfit, and she looks very seductive too with those eyes.
That's kind of the point.
Those eyes, Dave. The eyes, man. You know what there's an old saying: beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
So,
oui.
I will like. There's some raunchy stuff going on here.
A lot of raunchy stuff.
She is so coy. I love it. Sorry. Oh boy. Service Short Reel says a man's best friend or his best friend had the tape. He had the commercial of The Mask on a VHS tape. Wow. That's interesting. That's cool. There's a couple trailers for this movie, and also you can also find the TV spots for it too. Cigarette? No.
Yeah.
Is he trying to be like Pepe Le Pew?
Yes, very much. A lot of this is like Looney Tunes ish.
Yep. Pepe Le Pew. Now, like Napoleon, I will divide and conquer. Hey, Ipkiss, police. Oh, now I know what he says. Okay, so when he says that, it's a Spanish version of the S word. We're not going to say it, but
Right.
I was like, oh, now it makes sense why he would do that when he freezes.
Yeah.
All right, unfreeze. You're under. No, it wasn't me. It was the one-armed man, which is a clever reference to the great film known as The Fugitive with Harrison freaking Ford, who, by the way, is playing the president of the United States all over again in the great film that's going to come out next year for
I
Valentine's
can't wait
Day,
to see
by
that
the
one.
way. Valentine's Day,
Yeah.
which is Captain America 4 Brave New World, which, by the way, that's one of the best trailers I've seen in 10 years.
Yeah, it was great.
I can watch that trailer. You may be Captain America, but you'll never be Steve Rogers. You're right. I'm not. By the way, did you ever see the meme where it says, you may be Captain America, but you'll never be captain of the Millennium Falcon?
Yep. I love that one.
I was like,
I love that.
There's a lot of memes going around about that trailer there, Dave. I'm
Here
excited.
comes your favorite actress.
What? Amy Asbeck, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but by the way, I'm very excited for Captain America: Brave New World. I mean, honestly, I think the MCU to me died 5 years ago, but this proves that the MCU has a bit of gas left in the tank, and they're taking it back to the Winter Soldier roots, which is great. I want dark, I want gritty, I want thriller, I want action. You can have levity, but don't give me too much levity. All right, don't throw too much salt in. I'll have more of the pepper than the salt. But if you have an even number of the two, that works. It just depends on how you go about it. That's all.
Yep.
Captain America: Brave New World, where Harrison Ford is president for the second time in his career.
Oh, he's been president a couple of times.
Really? More so than Air Force One?
I think so.
When was he the president?
I'll have to look it up. Shorty Service Reel says Dumb and Dumber was a good movie. I probably quote Dumb and Dumber more than any movie
oh, there it is.
Out there.
Really?
Oh, dude. So good. Like when something's going wrong and I know it gets better, I go, our pets' heads are falling off.
That's it. I've had it with this dump. Got no food. Got no jobs. Our pets' heads are falling off. Okay, just calm down.
Yeah. Kick his ass, sea bass.
Does anyone ever say that in the Deep South? Probably.
All the time.
All the time, Dave. All the time in Huntsville.
Everybody samba.
They call me Cuban Pete. I'm the king of rumba beat. Chickie boom, chickie boom, chickie boom. You know, for one guy, for them to call how many, like 500 cops out there, that's a bit ridiculous, don't you think?
Yep. And
then they swing with the lambero. It's very nice. So full of spice. Service Short Reel says, you sold my dead bird to a blind kid? Lloyd, what do you... Petey didn't have a head. Harry.
How could you do something so stupid and then go and totally redeem yourself?
Exactly, right? Boy, you do quote that movie a lot, don't you?
I love that movie.
He's a really modest guy, although he's the hottest guy in Havana. In Havana. See, senorita, I know. Even the policewoman was cute. I don't know who she is. I don't know what the actress's name is, but she was cute.
Miller.
Really?
Yep.
Kristen Miller.
She was not in much of anything.
That's too bad. Would have liked to have seen her do other things, but some things are not for everybody. It happens, doesn't it? Chickie boom, chickie boom, chickie boom. Starting that conga line, man. Which, by the way, that's a great song, too, if you've never heard it before. Conga by the Miami Sound Machine, also known as Gloria Estefan.
Yep. This soundtrack to this movie is so good.
Mm-hmm. The 90s had its fair share of good soundtracks for certain movies. Good dancing in the streets, though, too.
Yeah.
I would say. Look at all these professional dancers out here. Even the cops are. There he is. Let's get him. Come on, snap out of it. This dance is over. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Got better things to do. Hello. You know. Mm-hmm. You know, for the first couple of times, he didn't remember taking off the mask. You know, it just happens. But here, he
Right.
actually has control over what he's doing.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
It was a bit of a subplot or a piece of information that just kind of got thrown in there with no explanation.
Yeah.
Amy
now
Asback is here.
Why does she just, all of a sudden show up?
Well, she got the tip in her news desk that there was something going down at Landfill Park, so she knew Ipkiss was going to be there. I mean, granted, her showing up at the right time to rescue him from those guys.
It's such a trope, dude. It's such a movie trope.
Well, hey, same thing happened in 93's, what was it, 93's Batman Mask of the Phantasm, even though it's an animated movie.
That's true.
You know, what's her face? Andrea Beaumont shows up out of nowhere at the right place at the right time. It's like, hey, Bruce, get in. Like, really?
Yeah.
That's convenient timing, don't you think? What's happening to you, Stanley?
What's happening to you? That's...
Isn't that the typical potential girlfriend question that everybody gets asked?
What are you doing?
I bet Amanda asks you that all the time. What are you doing dancing like that, you fool?
Yep, I get that all the time.
She gets it all. Yeah.
Why are you being stupid?
And what do you tell her? You just tell her, honey, I am the way I am.
I am what I am, and that's all that I am.
Yeah. You ever drop the Pee-wee line on her? Like, I know you are, but what am I?
No.
No, you don't drop that?
No, she would go a little, she was like, what are you doing?
You ever tell her you don't want to get mixed up with a guy like me? I'm a loner, Dottie. Which, by the way, that's one of the best zingers I've ever heard in a movie is you don't want to get mixed up with a guy like me, Dottie. I'm a loner.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Which, by the way, that whole scene in the bike shop, dude, is so good. It's so good. And it's E.G. freaking Daly. It's E.G. Daly, the voice of Tommy freaking Pickles from Rugrats.
Really?
She's the voice of Tommy from Rugrats. She's the singing voice on the opening credit sequence of Men, the Manly Men.
Yeah.
2.5 Men. She's the voice of that character in Powerpuff Girls. I mean, E.G.
Bubbles?
Daly. Yeah, Bubbles. Yeah, exactly. So, like, E.G. Daly was Dottie in freaking Pee-wee's Big. And I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, that's amazing to me that because she was so cute as a button.
Yeah.
In that movie. She was gorgeous in Pee-wee's Big. And I thought to myself, why would Pee-wee say no to an attractive girl like that? Honestly, I don't understand it. Dottie was so perfect for him. I mean, granted, they kiss and make up at the end of the movie, you know? But still, in the beginning, he's like, oh, I don't want anything to do with you, Dottie. Look, I like you. But that's the thing. I like you too, Dottie. Some things you don't know, there's some things you don't know about me, Dottie.
And here's the double cross in the movie.
Things you couldn't understand. Things you shouldn't understand. I don't understand. Anyway, what I do understand is that this is The Mask's 30th anniversary watch along with our co-host of honor, Dave Adams. We are currently at 1 hour, 6 minutes, and 32 seconds into this movie where Ipkiss is being betrayed by this good friend of his, the news reporter, played brilliantly, I might add, by Amy Asback. Here in the movie. Queue up your copy on physical media or streaming service. Watch it with us. Comment below in that chat room. And if you don't forget to like and share this with everyone you know. And if you're watching us live or on a replay, we thank you so much. And I do mean this sincerely. So much for being with us. And apparently, Dave knows a lot more fun facts than the average man. So, well done.
I do what I do. The great New Line Cinema movie here.
Mm-hmm.
And here comes the bad guy mask.
Yep. What's his name? Dorian is about to turn very evil here.
Yep.
As if he isn't evil already, because Ipkiss can't believe what he's seen. It's like, wait a minute, he could put on the mask too? That's crazy.
He just becomes taller.
And then he puts the mask on.
What a rush.
Isn't that the LOD, WWE Legion of Doom reference?
Yeah.
What
a rush. Yeah.
Was that one of your favorite tag teams?
Yeah, it was actually back in the day.
Back in the day. Who was your number one favorite back in the day? Was it the Rockers?
No, I was always a big WCW guy normally.
Heck yeah, man.
I was the outsiders for my group. Kevin Nash and Scott Hall.
Big sexy.
Yep.
And the survey guy, Razor Ramon.
Chico.
Razor Ramon.
The late great Scott Hall.
Yeah. Very sad about what happened to him. Very sad. We missed you, Scott. Wish I could have met you at a Comic-Con because I met your brother, Kevin Nash.
I actually met Scott Hall on just randomly on a.
Where was he?
We were in the Atlanta airport, and it was just me, him, and my wife in a car going from the terminal to our baggage claim. And I just went and shook his hand and said, "Hey, Scott, you were great. Thank you very much." And Scott, this is probably about 5-6 years ago. He said, "Hey, man, and I just want to say thank you for remembering me."
Wow.
Just like, he was going through his depression. It was right after DDP helped him get his life better.
Oh yeah.
And I was stunned when he said that. I said, "Scott, you are the reason. You and Kevin Nash are the reason a lot of people watched wrestling in the day. No one could ever forget you."
Yeah.
And we sat and talked for 30 minutes.
Wow.
He was such.
You talked to the big dog for 30 minutes.
Such a good guy.
Damn.
And I will forever remember that. Like I was about to walk away, and he said, "Hey, you want a picture?" I said, "Heck yeah, I do." And I stood there, and he threw up the too sweet, and I got him and I are together throwing up the too sweet. It's just, it was so cool. It really was cool.
Life finds a way, and
Yeah.
you found your way. So, dude, that's brilliant. I wish I could have met Scotty after I met Kev, but it is what it is.
Yep.
We miss him.
I've lost a lot of respect for Kevin Nash lately in the years. Kevin Nash was one of my biggest favorite wrestlers growing up, but his podcast, he's gotten a little too real, and
I guess.
He's starting to show a lot of his cracks.
Oh, okay, I've watched clips of it here and there. Nothing too long though, but I've seen a few clips where he is getting a lot more real about the stuff that happened. Like, listen, I don't mind honesty,
right?
But it's like, dude, like, leave the past in the past. Who cares? It was 30 years ago. The thing that happened with Helmsley, the thing that happened with CM Punk when you came, like, who cares?
Right.
What's done is done. You got all these fans out there that love you for so many different reasons. Just celebrate that,
Right, exactly. And that's part of why
I mean, he was cool when I met him at GalaxyCon. He was great. He signed everything I asked him to do.
Yeah.
He and I had like a 10-minute conversation, back and forth about how I loved his victory over Goldberg at Starrcade, because that's what really got me into wrestling at the time. And I told him I love the Wolfpack. I'm a Wolfpack member for life because I love the Wolfpack so hard. I still have my Wolfpack shirt from back in the day from WCW.
Heck yeah.
I mean, I told him all this stuff, and he just looked at me and he said, "Dude, I really appreciate that. Thank you." And I said, "You're welcome." I mean, I'm NWO for life, man.
Yeah.
For life. There is nothing that's going to change that. Nothing.
Towards his fans, he is a good guy.
Oh, he is. He's cool.
Just him talking on his podcast. It's just
too many tangents.
I don't need that kind of Kevin Nash.
I
save that for privacy. Don't let that be your public
it's cool,
persona.
Man.
Yeah.
I got you. By the way, Service Shorter Wheel says, "Rest in peace to the Road Warriors." Yes. And he also goes on to say, "Rest in peace to Razor Ramon Scott Hall." Yes, we're going to miss him as well. Yep.
And
then he was called Big Daddy Cool Diesel back in the day.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
By the way,
he had that really cool like truck horn entrance.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Dude, his return as Diesel in the Royal Rumble a couple years back, that was crazy when I saw that.
That was awesome. What? Except for when he dyed his hair jet black. I was like, come on, dude. You're 55 years old. You don't
clearly he took the Just for Men products.
Yes. All right, and then we got Cameron Diaz coming to see Jim Carrey in jail
in the Slammer. Yeah.
Yep. I still can't believe she's only 21 in this movie,
which is insane. By the way, that's insane.
Oh wow. Service said Kevin Nash stopped ECW's New Jacks coming to WCW back in '99 when Master P wanted him. Wow. I'm glad that didn't happen because New Jack was a menace. Quite a bit of a menace, actually.
I did not know that. I mean, great. There's a lot of behind-the-scenes stories I've never heard.
Yeah.
So, which they're currently being aired out on television with Vice's documentary "Dark Side of the Ring."
Yeah, which, by the way, Dark Side or Who Killed WCW was actually
dude. I watched all. I thought it was going to be a lot longer than 4 parts, though.
I
thought it was going to be a lot longer than that, but it was good for what it was. I loved it. I loved that documentary.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't give us a definitive answer because it was a combination of a lot of different things.
Well, because no one really knows who killed WCW, but I still say I blame a lot of Eric Bischoff and Vince Russo.
I blame more Russo than Bischoff, really.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
yeah, but both.
Yeah.
But Eric's got his own podcast. He's talked a lot about the drama and the dirty laundry. So it's so long ago. He's come to grips with it. He's moved on with his life. His life's doing so good now, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, and Eric does a lot of revisionist history as well.
Yep. So he's doing a good thing on his what is it called, 83 Weeks podcast. So well done, Eric. Well done.
Yep. Uh-oh.
Oh, Tina's being what is it called?
Followed?
Tina's being chased. Yeah. The word is chase. Hey, there's a guard. There's a woman out there. She needs help. Yeah, sure. Keep it down, Ipkiss. Come on, serve and protect, man. Which
I love how he's sitting here trying to put toilet paper on the toilet as well. Like, come on, dude.
Well, he's trying to keep himself.
But you're in jail.
True. It doesn't really matter what you do, right? Because they've all been used by somebody. Milo. Yeah, Milo was a good comic sidekick dog here, and he's a cute dog too. I won't lie. Yeah, it's interesting there. Just throwing that out there. Such a small. What is he? It's not a beagle. It's a
Jack Russell Terrier.
Thank you.
So here you go. Here's for our questions about Son of the Mask.
Yes.
Years before Son of the Mask, there was at some point a plan for The Mask 2. But that sequel crashed when Jim Carrey declined to be in it.
For good reason.
Yes.
Good reason, Jim. Good reason. We'll let it slide.
Yep.
Oh, tries to get out of town. Dorian won't let her.
And why does every bad guy always drive a caddy?
Cadillac. I mean, Jerry bought his. I bought you a Cadillac twice.
Getting awfully close.
You two are getting awfully close. Maybe it was you who helped him out with the bank job, huh? That's ridiculous. Oh, is it? Is it? Look what I found in her car.
Yeah.
You planning a little trip without me, baby? Oh, jeez. Boys, I want you.
See, and we were talking about the Acolyte earlier before this. What's funny is I care more about Cameron Diaz's character in this than I did about Saul and May and Osha.
I know, right?
Because they actually have a good story.
Yep. They have a bit of an arc there.
Right. Yeah. But May and Osha were just like, I don't care. I don't care.
This is the thing. And, you can hear more about this on the episodes of what is known as the Nerdy Cantina, where we discuss all things Star Wars, including the series that just dropped that caused a major stir in the internet the last 8 or 9 weeks, called Star Wars The Acolyte. Feel free to go back and watch those episodes. It's on the Star Wars Nerds playlist. I definitely encourage our good friend Dave over here to watch those episodes of Nerdy Cantina, because let me tell you something, man. We had some very interesting thoughts and debates during those 7 weeks. So if I were
I can imagine.
I would go back and watch those tapes. And and I want you to come back here. Text me on the DMs and say, Ryan, this is what I thought. This is what I agree with. This is what I didn't agree with, and yada, yada, yada. I'm very curious to hear your 2 cents, maybe even 5 cents.
I was going to say just my 2 cents.
More like 10 cents.
Okay.
On these 7 episodes of Nerdy Cantina that we did, covering all 8 episodes of Acolyte, because we had so many heated debates throughout the course of those weeks. I'm telling you, I thought to myself, do I really want to continue watching this show, even though I got both feet out the door? Well, out of respect for my good friends and panelists, I'm going to finish it. And we did. Yep. And now the Nerdy Cantina is on a temporary hiatus. We're going to bring back your friendly neighborhood. The Meaning of Fandom is coming back, ladies and gentlemen.
Like it?
We're gonna bring it back once a month on Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we gather a group of people together, and they're going to share with us what a particular character or fandom means to them and why. And let me tell you, the panel that we got for next week, August 2nd, Friday night, August 2nd, is going to make so much history, it's going to make your head explode, because all 4 of these panelists, first of all, they've never been on Meaning of Fandom, period. And secondly, only, I think 1, maybe 2 have only had been on the pod. Well, no, 2 I think 2 of them have been on the podcast before. 2 of them have never been. So this is going to be very interesting, to say the least.
Hey, let's highlight this Ready to Rumble comment here. I think it's time to do a Ready to Rumble Watchalong.
Didn't that come out in was it
It
99
came
or
out in
2000?
I think 2000. So if it's
Next year is
year,
25th.
let me.
Let's look it up. Look it up. Do it for what's the date here?
Yeah, it came out in 2000.
All right, so it's 25 years old next year.
Yeah. So next year you'll have to do a watch along, and that one might have been what killed WCW, making David Arquette your champion.
Yeah, that was not good. Not
No.
good. But yeah, that's it. If we decide to do a watch along for that, we'll bring Dave on. I'm sure he's got thoughts.
Yes.
I got thoughts on Ready to Rumble.
To me, that's my favorite wrestling movie of all time.
Really?
I love that movie.
More so than the Wrestler with Mickey Rourke, and then the new one that just came out called the Iron Claw about the Von Erich family.
Ready to Rumble is so bad, it's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will say it was nice to see the Nitro Girls in that movie because my favorite Nitro Girl, Che, is in there.
You understand? You know that DDP married one of the Nitro Girls, right?
Kimberly, yes.
Yep, Kimberly Page.
And then one of the other Nitro Girls, Paisley, or she had two names. One, she was Storm as a Nitro Girl.
Yep.
Paisley, she was the manager of the artist formerly known as Prince Iaukea. And that woman would later to be known as Charmel, and she married Booker T.
Exactly.
So, there you go. A lot of interesting things happened in WCW. WCW back in the day, brother. Yeah.
All right. Here we are at the Mask. We got Evil Mask now.
Also, you had the debut of Gorgeous George with the Macho Man, Randy Savage.
Yep.
So, and you also had Molly Holly, was one of the members of the Entourage. She was Miss Madness 99, was Molly Holly.
I did not know that part.
That was Molly Holly back in WCW. Molly Holly was the one that trained Gorgeous George in order for her to wrestle that match with Charles Robinson at Great American Bash.
Huh.
Yep, true story, ladies and gentlemen. Molly Holly was a trainer for female wrestlers to a certain extent in the WCW locker room. I mean, Medusa was too, because Medusa has known how to wrestle for years. But Mona, as she was known as in WCW, even though her other character name was Molly Holly, in the WWE at the time, she trained a couple of wrestlers there, Dave.
Very interesting. I did
not
know that.
A lot of wrestling fun facts here on the show. You know what else is a fun fact? The fact that we are 1 hour, 20 minutes into the greatness that is Jim Carrey's The Mask, even though we've gone way off the reservation.
We're talking wrestling.
And we're talking wrestling in a comedy film.
So when this movie came out, there was no WCW Nitro.
Interesting.
WCW
that's right.
Nitro
It didn't debut until
1996.
1995. Oh, 95. Labor Day, 1995. Yep. That's right. From the Mall of America in Minneapolis, Minnesota. That's right.
And do you know who the major surprise entrant?
Lex Luger. Lex Luger coming out out of the locker room. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just an ex-employee who's come for his back pay. Or should I say payback?
Yep.
Oh, boy, Dorian. Boy, he gets his revenge wearing that mask, doesn't he? Kill him.
So why doesn't his clothes change?
That's a great question. I don't know.
It's just his hair.
You know what it is? Suspension of disbelief.
Yep.
Because that tends to happen in a lot of movies. But yeah, feel free to keep your copy on physical media streaming service of The Mask, starring Jim Carrey and company. Watch it along with us. Comment below in that chat. And don't forget to like and share this. And if you're joining us live on a replay, we thank you for being with us. And thank you to our co-host of honor, Dave Adams, here, too.
Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm. That's one way to kill your boss. Just eat up the bullets you've been shot with and use them as a gun. I don't know why the guy just didn't move out of the way after the first shot. It's like he's just standing there. Ladies and gentlemen. It's got that deep voice. I will be your host for the remainder of the evening. Wonder who did the voiceover. That is so creepy. Oof, oof.
Unless it was him and they just slowed the voice down in post.
In ADR, yeah.
Yeah.
Which they do a lot of that these days.
Yeah.
You can do that too. ADR is a fascinating process. Hey, get your dog away from me. I'm sorry, it seems to be attracted to you. Wait a minute. Something's not kosher. Watch it. Sorry. I'm gonna have to lock you in. Here's the radio. Here's the radio. What? For call for backup or something. Milo, this could be dangerous. You gotta stay here and be a good boy. Go kick some ass. He's got some good zingers in here, man. I'm loving it. Lieutenant Calloway says he's a dead man. Gee whiz. Oh boy. gets revenge on the doorman here by hitting him in the face with a gun. And then he takes his gun, right? Takes two of them, hands one over to Charlie. It happens. Blow it. Gets all the money from the charity fund, I would imagine. What's the matter, darling? This is your big production number. And you know it's important to go out with a big bang. By the way, when I saw this as a kid, some of these scenes were creepy.
Oh, yeah.
They were scary, man. Like, this stuff kind of, like Dorian being the evil mask, like, that scared me to a degree.
Yeah.
Because if there was a guy like this that existed, boy, we'd be in a heap of trouble, big boy.
Yep.
Big time, my friend. State of Alabama would be in trouble there, boy.
Yes, sir.
You have to get a couple bubblegum shrimp. It's a household name. Happy 30th anniversary to your Alabama native, Forrest Gump. His movie just turned 30 a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yep, we did a watch along for that. That was a lot of fun. We really wanted you to be on here, but unfortunately, your schedule got tied up.
Always tied up.
Which that tends to happen
to you. It's a good movie too.
Tends to happen to you a lot.
Yep.
It is a good movie.
Yeah.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite scene in Forrest Gump? You have a favorite scene?
I mean, come on, dude. You could probably guess what my favorite scene is.
No, I don't. Why don't you tell me?
When he was playing football for the Bear.
Okay. Okay. Can you believe it? I got to go to college too.
He held up the sign, stop, Forrest, stop.
Yeah. And you were like, I wish I could have been an extra in this movie.
Yep.
Because it's Alabama. So, yeah. Red and white, my friend.
Crimson and white.
Crimson and white, thank you. A kiss. Creepy guy. Really creepy. But that's your favorite scene is him running down the field? Okay.
Yep. And that really isn't on campus either.
It's not. It wasn't shot in a sound studio, or it wasn't green screen. Was it green screen?
Yeah. That's not what the studio looks like. Or the stadium looks like.
Right. Gotcha. But hey, there was a good thing about the next scene where he visits the president of the United States. I was on the Call America team. They put you in this little room with just about anything to eat. I wasn't hungry but thirsty. Number 2, they was free. I must drink myself about 15 Dr. Peppers.
I gotta pee.
Well, instead of curiosity, do you like Dr. Pepper or no?
Do what?
Do you like Dr. Pepper?
Oh, yeah. Dr. Pepper's great. It's not my favorite. But...
Okay. Have you ever drank yourself about 15 Dr. Peppers?
No, I have not.
No, I have not. I have a hard enough time making it through one.
Yeah. Oh, here comes Max. Or Milo.
Milo.
Yeah.
I was going to say
Milo.
So
the name of the dog is Max, actually.
True. In the credits, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what was it? Tina uses this, hey, I want Dorian to kiss me, to kick the mask out of his hands, respectively. Milo catches it out of nowhere, and then the dog becomes the mask. Run, Milo.
Stanley, hurry.
Don't worry, Tina. It's all over now. Not quite over, because the timer is still ticking down, and Dorian's about to kick his rear end.
We're about to see Mask Dog.
Yep. Did you like it when Milo became the mask?
I thought this was hilarious.
Yeah. As a dog fan, you thought this was brilliant.
This was hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, Dorian's going right after Stanley, though. Hope you can enjoy that victory of yours with one freaking eye.
That did nothing.
Well, it still winded him a little bit, and then he spears him into the slot machine, or should I say the craps table. What do you prefer, blackjack or craps?
Oh, blackjack. It's easier to guess.
Same here. Here.
Nice doggy. Nice doggy.
Good doggy. Good doggy. Good doggy. Just roars at him, and then he just gets knocked out. Really? That's it? Come on. Suspension of disbelief, folks. Happens all the time.
So you're telling me all of a sudden Stanley knows how to fight?
Well, he's punching Dorian left and right, isn't he?
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to fight. He's just a brawler like some people are. He's like, I'm winning. No, not really. Yeah. Service Shorty Tail says he's a dead man from earlier on, and then he goes on to say Lawnmower Man was a good movie too. The Lawnmower Man?
I don't think I've ever seen that one.
I think I've heard of it, but I've never seen it. Anyone know where that is? I don't know where that is.
1992, directed by Brett Leonard.
Okay. Interesting. Punches Dorian right in the face, and guess where he lands there, buddy? Lands right into a slot machine.
Pierce Brosnan's in Lawnmower Man.
Isn't Chevy Chase in that
No,
too?
no.
Oh, it's Pierce Brosnan. Okay.
Yeah, Pierce Brosnan, Dean Norris.
Oh, Dean Norris from Breaking Bad. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. This has got to be a new breed, Milo. Oh, and then he takes the mask off. Like, good boy.
Uh-oh.
Milo runs off. The mask gets shot at, and it lands. Where does it land? Over in the bar there. Behind the bar. I want you to remember this. Hey, Dave, I want you to remember this face here. This is the guy behind the guy behind the guy. That's a great movie that turns 30 in 2 years. I cannot wait to do the 30th. Is it 30th? 30th anniversary of Swingers. With Vince Vaughn and Jon Favreau before he was Jon Favreau.
Did you miss me?
That's a great line, by the way. Did you miss me? He has a couple of holes there for that drink. I guess not.
Yeah.
And then he drops the Clint Eastwood impression. Or should I say Dirty Harry? Anybody?
Yep. And he does the face perfect too.
Do I feel lucky? Do you? Punks. What's your favorite Dirty Harry movie other than the original? What's your favorite sequel?
Honestly, that one.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't like any of the sequels?
No, dude. Come on.
Dude, Sudden Impact was great. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but it's just not. That's not as good as the original.
Well, nothing touches the first, but I'm just saying, like, Sudden Impact is a pretty darn good sequel.
Yeah.
If you've never seen it, feel free to revisit it. It's a good movie.
I wish
we did an anniversary watch along for that. It's one of our most watched videos in the history of this channel.
Really?
It's Sudden Impact. It's got over 10,000 hits.
Impressive.
I believe you might want to look back at that. Suburban Anne was a good movie too. Says service. Shorty Wheel says Suburban. Is it Suburban Lane or Suburban One? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Was a good movie too. I'm not sure what it is.
All right.
How do you? But you and your sound effects. Boy, this guy's incorrigible.
And then he does the.
Seriously,
this is the biggest Looney Tunes trope of all time.
Just flush his enemies down the toilet.
Yep.
He basically kills a guy without actually killing him.
Yep.
I think. Or maybe he does kill him.
Here's a goof. When Dorian's being flushed in the fountain, his screaming doesn't match up with the movements of his mouth.
Yeah. Oh, there goes his knife, too. You were good, kid. Real good. But as long as I'm around, you'll always be second best. See? Point. Yep, takes the mask off one more time.
Yeah.
Good visual effects for 94, I got to tell you.
Oh, it's great. I'd love to see this. I would love to see this movie remade.
Really?
In modern. Well, just to see what they would do with this.
Who would play Ipkiss then?
I don't know.
Is there anyone who could pull it off?
Probably not right now.
No.
Give me that gun.
Yeah, give me that gun. Can't carry that. So basically, Ipkiss saves the day there, doesn't he? Everyone gets arrested. Dorian gets killed. No one knows where he is. People assume he's missing, presumed dead. I got you right where I want to watch it, Chunky. Mayor Tilton, I'm so... What the heck is wrong with you, Calloway? That man is the mask. Oh, Dorian Tyrell was the mask. I saw with my own eyes. This young man here, he had just saved our lives. With a little help from his friends. Oh, you're a real hero. Dorian! See, Dorian's like the nice cop and good cop, bad cop kind of thing.
Suburban Commando was a good movie. That's what Service Shorty Reel said.
Oh, Suburban Commando with Christopher Lloyd. I was frozen today.
Yep.
Dude, I remember seeing the trailer for that on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 VHS tape. I kid you not, Dave.
Wow.
I kid you not. And when I saw that trailer, I thought to myself, this looks like fun.
Yep.
Let's go watch it. Now, I didn't see it in the theater until 30 years later, but I will say, it's okay. Yeah. It's not great. It's Hulk Hogan, but you know who else is in that movie? An actress who recently passed away, Shelley Duvall.
Really?
plays the mother in Suburban Commando. She is no longer with us. So rest in peace to the great Shelley Duvall of Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, Suburban Commando. She was Olive Oyl in the Popeye movie with the late great Robin Williams. So, yeah, rest in peace to the actress legend known as Shelley Duvall.
Yep.
So,
so this was filmed in San Pedro Bay.
Beautiful. It's a beautiful sunrise, isn't it?
Yep.
Are you sure about this? I mean, once he's gone, all that's left is me. And Cameron Diaz is like, "Yep, I will take you."
Yeah,
and
we'll go with that.
We'll go with that. What do you think? See, she likes Stanley for being Stanley, not for the mask.
And then his buddy goes after it.
Because he has no success. He wants to have success, so he wants to get the mask. And then the song kicks in. Remember this? Dun dun dun. Down, dun dun dun.
Hey, and then the dog's got the mask.
And then Milo gets the mask because he's trying to take it away from his buddy. Down, dun 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 down, dun dun. And then he drops the line, "Smoking down."
All in all, I'd say great movie. Let's see. When all the credits have finished, some jazz drumming is heard. Then a familiar. Oh, my thing went away. My little
Hoogie Bobber.
Yeah. Let's see. When all the credits have finished, some jazz drumming is heard. Then a familiar sound of the mask saying "Yo ho ho ho" in a very drawn voice. Then the sound of the mask spinning away is heard straight after. So it's almost like they were doing a teaser before teasers were cool at the end of trailers.
I was not aware of that. By the way, Suburban Commando also features WWE legend The Undertaker in Suburban Commando. Mark Calloway, which he's a Texas man. So
he is.
He's a big Texan, a big dude, 6'10", 300 pounds. The guy's a beast. Yeah, he's a big dude, and he's one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. One can make an argument for that.
I would definitely make that argument.
Yep.
Well, Ryan, as fun as this was, it is 8 o'clock in my neck of the woods.
Already?
It is already 8 o'clock.
Time flies. I'll tell you what, real quick, before you head out of here and tend to your family and your business there.
Yes, sir.
Final thoughts on this movie, scale of 1 to 10. What are you going to give 1994's The Mask?
10 being the best movie I've ever seen. You've got to put it on a scale of, you have to kind of adjust your scale for slapstick comedy. I would say it doesn't belong in the same 10 range, where a 10 is something like Scarface or I don't know,
Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams. This is a good feel-good comedy that you watch with your friends. You laugh at, you have a couple of drinks, you say the lines. I would put it as a good 6.5. That's not a slap in the face of the movie. No. That is it for a slapstick comedy. That's probably a high bar, a high praise for it. I can't go higher than 7 just because of the genre of comedy it's in. I'd go 6.5 probably.
Totally. So for me, I still enjoy this movie. It brings back so many good memories of the 90s and Jim Carrey's great career in the 90s itself. For me, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. This is a fun movie to watch with friends. As Dave pointed out, I'm pretty much agreeing with everything he said. I can't really add too much to the proceedings. But if you want to know more about this actor known as Jim Carrey, discover some of his roots, some of his early parts of his career, go back and watch 1994's The Mask, starring Jim Carrey, and the debut of very beautiful, voluptuous Cameron Diaz.
I would also say, if you want to know more about Jim Carrey, watch all his In Living Color stuff.
Yes.
Watch his.
Those are his roots.
Yep. Watch his Earth Girls Are Easy. It's a bad movie. It's horrible.
But Gina Davis.
Yeah. It's still a Jim Carrey movie.
Is it? Okay.
Ish.
More of a Gina Davis, but whatever.
Yeah. But I would say watch, if you want the full Jim Carrey spectrum, you've got to watch Earth Girls Are Easy to know where he was, and try to find all his stand-up stuff, because his stand-up stuff that he did when he truly was homeless, living in Canada, living in a van.
Was it in a van down by the river?
It wasn't down by a river. He wasn't He wasn't a Saturday Night Live skit. But the Saturday Night Live he did in the early 2000s, where it was him,
Will Ferrell and Chris
Will
Kattan.
Ferrell, Chris Kattan, all
doing
that.
the Night at the Roxbury.
Yeah, it was great. If you can find that Saturday Night Live, watch all of those skits. He's a natural. He actually tried out for Saturday Night Live and was rejected.
What?
And that's why he went on In Living Color.
That's insane.
Yep.
I didn't know that about you, Jimmy boy. I had no idea. But congratulations to the entire cast and crew of The Mask celebrating its 30th anniversary. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to Dave Adams, a very good man.
For having me.
Dave Adams, he's got a lot of things to bring to the table, fun facts, some great stories of meeting some of the biggest names in the industries that he may or may not work in. So, Dave, if someone wants to know more about you and the incredible things you got going on over there on the podcast and your real life with your wonderful family in the great state of Alabama, where can they follow you on social media, good sir?
So I am on, wow, I went full screen. You can follow me on Twitter. I'm at dadams419. I actually am a travel agent on the side. So if you want to just send me a message on Facebook, Dave Adams on Facebook. I'm also Dave Adams Travels on Facebook. Follow my podcasts. I have Unrelated at Birth. I've got Around the Fire Pit. I've got the DVC podcast, Top of the World Disney podcast, which we haven't done an episode in a while. But all of those podcasts, you can find me if you want all your travel needs. I can help you with that as a travel agent. Dave Adams at travelmation.net. Long and the short of it, if you like Alabama football, if you like nerdy geek stuff, I'm your follow because I do talk about pretty much everything and anything on my socials. Ryan, I really appreciate you having me on here. It was fun, man. It was fun reliving the 90s, reliving my love of Jim Carrey. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much for being here. We love you, man. Wish you all the best of success, and give our best to your loved ones out there in the great state of Alabama for me, will you?
I will, sir. And this is Dave Adams signing off. Now it's time to go do the dad thing. Thank you very much, sir.
Have fun with that, man. We love you, brother. Take it easy. Have a great night. Be safe out there in Alabama. So my name is Ryan of Van Dyke Quote Channel. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at RyanRPM5. Follow us on all forms of social media simply at Quote Channel. We're this close to hitting 5,000 subscribers. Once we do, we're going to throw a great big live stream celebration. It's going to include some returning favorites, some surprise guests, and some giveaways that you, our incredible viewers / subscribers, are going to be eligible to win. Also, a quick programming note. And I Quote is going to be on Saturdays at 12 p.m. Eastern time like it normally is, unless we do special episodes that are going to be on Fridays at 7 p.m. But otherwise, The Meaning of Fandom, yes, is coming back on Fridays once a month, first Friday of every month. We're going to do an episode of The Meaning of Fandom Friday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And then movie watch-alongs are going to take place also on Friday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to have 3 of those a month on Fridays. So it'll be the second, third, and fourth Friday of every month. And the first Friday of every month, once again, it's going to be The Meaning of Fandom. So with that, thank you so much for being here. Congratulations to everybody involved, and happy 30th anniversary to Jim Carrey's The Mask. And once again, like, comment, share, subscribe, ring that bell to be notified when our videos go up or they go live. And remember, life is better when watching movies with friends. Take a look.
This is the story of Stanley Ipkiss.
Stanley, you are the nicest guy. Really, you are.
Yeah. His job is at the bank.
You're 40 minutes late. Now, that's the same as stealing.
I'm sorry, Mr. Dickey. It'll never happen again.
He loves his dog.
Come on, Ron. Give him to me. Drop it.
He's polite to his landlord.
Ipkiss, do you have any idea what time it is?
You know, Mrs. Penman?
What? Nothing.
And the most exciting thing in his life are his pajamas. But now...
Hey, you! What are you doing down there? I'm just looking for my mask!
all that is about to change. Because Stanley Ipkiss is not the man he used to be. Smokin'!
It's like it brings your innermost desires to life. You become some sort of love-crazy wild man.
I want him here tomorrow, alive.
Now you have to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Do ya, punks?
Jim Carrey is
That's the guy. Hello.
The Mask.
Ooh, somebody stop me!